to your 30-minute stretch class. My name is Mish. I'll be guiding you through. If you just want to find your way to a seated kneeling position, placing one hand on your heart, the other on your belly, and then just closing your eyes down as you focus on connecting with your own breath. Breathing in deeply as the belly expands, watching your breath ascend all the way up towards the top of your lungs, top of the chest. Breathing into the back body, and exhale as you ground your awareness and energy down towards the earth beneath you. Breathing in as you feel all the way back up. Starting to work with a single sparkling golden light today, and choosing to infuse this beautiful sparkling energy through your hands into your body, infusing each breath with this vibrant color. And this color can symbolize gratitude, it can symbolize love, as you allow for this loving energy to flow through your practice, bringing the hands to the heart, sweeping the arms all the way up and relaxing them wide. From here, taking your right hand to the right side of you, sweeping the left hand all the way over as you start to breathe into the left side of your body. Breathing into the left lung, finding this sense of expansiveness on the left side, and switching. Left hand finds the mat. You can bend the left elbow a little bit as the right arm sweeps all the way over and beyond, stretching along this right side seam of your body, breathing in fully and drawing back to center. Taking a few shoulder shrugs now. The shoulders draw back and down. Breathing in as you lift those shoulders high and shrugging them back behind you. Taking the right hand to the left side of the head, tilting the head over to the right as you draw the left shoulder blade back and down, breathing into the neckline, left side of the body, left side of the shoulder. Bringing your gaze down towards your thighs as you tilt the chin to chest, bringing that stretch deeper into the back of your neck. Releasing the right hand, the left hand finds the right side of your head, tilting the head to the left as you draw the right shoulder blade back and down, closing the eyes, staying with your breath. And beginning to tilt the gaze, tucking the chin to the chest as you bring the stretch deeper into the back of the neck, still working along the right side, releasing the hand. Then taking big circles, really slowly now, intuitively, circling anti-clockwise to begin. Big circles all the way back, all the way forward to the front. Taking this slow, staying with your breath. And after a few circles and stirs, anti-clockwise, you can start to circle in a clockwise direction, simply circling your neck the other way. Just noticing any niggly spots, any tension as you gently maneuver these circles around the head and shoulders. And you might circle back the other way, working more fluidly and intuitively with those circles, taking one more big breath. And then pressing over now onto all fours. Shoulders stack over the wrist, knees are hip distance apart. Doming out the upper thoracic spine, tucking the chin to the chest as the belly hugs into the rib cage. Dropping your hips, gaze up to the sky, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest, belly to ribs. Engaging your core as you dome out the upper thoracic spine. Dropping the hips as you begin to look up again. Exhale, shoulders dome out, chin to chest, belly to ribs. Squeezing the core on. Inhale, drop the hips, looking up, lengthening the spine, feeling this opening sensation around the lower back. We'll do a few more rounds. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, looking up. And sinking back down into a grounded, wide knee child's pose, allowing your body space to soften, the torso between the folds of the inner thighs. Forehead finds the mat, the arms are stretched and swept out long ahead of you as you continue to Breathe fully and deeply. Wandering the hands over to the right side of your mat as you now breathe into the left lung, left side seam. Noticing that gentle stretch, opening up all the tissue and the fascia along the left side. Take another big breath in. A long breath out as you begin to wander your hands over to the opposing side, left side of your mat, as you now stretch and breathe into your right lung. Taking 3 gentle breaths in and out. Noticing the sensations from side to side, awakening, opening up. Wandering your hands back to the middle, and we'll now press up for a downward facing dog. The sit bones ascend high, your feet are hip distance apart. You're beginning by actively folding your chest through toward your legs, hugging in and out through the midline, so core and pelvic floor lift inwardly and upwardly as you access this stretch through the chest, the shoulders, and then bending the knees individually, sort of pedaling out the feet. Right heel presses down to the mat as left knee bends, shifting slowly side to side. And as you pedal into the feet, you'll feel this stretch in the calf muscles and the hamstrings. Taking time with this movement, bringing your awareness fully into the body, being embodied here and now in your body. Traveling into a high plank position and back through to down dog. Using the core to shift your body weight forward and back. So the abs activate, the shoulders draw perfectly stacked over the wrist, and then you hinge back, sit bones lifting high. Body weight shifts forward into plank. One more round, grounding the knees, lowering the torso all the way to the mat. Finding a cobra stretch, lifting out of the shoulders, pressing into the palms, opening up the lower back and throat, heart space, sinking back into child's pose position. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. Guiding your awareness into the lumbar spine, lower back region. Pressing all the way up into a position so you're on your feet now. Feet are hip distance apart. You're catching the elbows, the knees are bent in a forward fold. Bowing your chest forward, hinging from the hips, letting the upper body flow and drift side to side, almost melting or dissolving into this shape. The upper body muscles completely relax as you hinge from the hips, softening the muscles through the stomach, the shoulders, neck, face, jaw, and releasing. Begin to sweep your right foot forward, left knee behind, finding an easy grounding low lunge. The front knee is over the ankle joint, the back knee is behind you, and you're stretching into the hip flexors. Arms can stay swept up above you, or you can catch a bind behind you as you focus on opening this front seam of the body. Along the front of the thigh, front of the stomach, front of the chest, gazing up. Breathing into the hip flexors, breathing into the psoas, grounding through that right big toe. Then taking the left palm inside the right foot and sweeping the left arm above. Finding this opening through the chest, shoulders, and either staying there or sweeping the right hand around to catch this back left foot. Noticing the support on the left side as you lean your body weight into it, while continuing to open up the hip flexor along the right side. Staying with these deeper, fuller, expansive breaths in through the nose and long breaths out. Release the shape, step back to a high plank and find your downward facing dog. You might like to pedal your feet out or circle and stir as you just step forward again into your forward fold. We'll come into that same variation on the second side. So circling and stirring here for a little while, releasing the neck, the face, the shoulders and jaw. Then beginning to step your right knee back. So the left leg is ahead of you. Finding your low lunge. Left knee is perfectly stacked over the ankle joint as you breathe into the hip flexors on this second side. Opening up the heart space, arms can stay above you or you can take this bind behind you. Opening up the shoulders, chest, opening up this front seam of the body. Breathing all the way up to your lungs, chest, heart space, top of the head. Releasing the right hand, the left hand sweeps up high. opening up this left side seam where the wrists almost stack perfectly over the shoulder joint. You can then sweep the left hand around to catch the right foot, angling the left knee over to the left side as you stabilize with the right hand, leaning into the support of that hand on the right side. Breathing into the front of the right thigh, the quadricep, breathing up the front seam of your body from your belly towards your chest. Taking 2 more deep breaths in and out. Deep breath in, releasing the shape. Step back to plank to find downward facing dog. Sit bones ascend, chest folds to thighs. Feet are hip distance apart, abs are gently hugging in and up. Taking a big stretch through the upper body as your chest actively folds back towards your thighs. And then grounding your knees to the mat, stepping the right foot forward, will come into a different hip flexor stretch. So the hands are inside the right foot. You can keep the back knee grounded or actually elevate it. You're in your lizard low lunge, pivoting on the toes back and forth if the knee is lifted. Otherwise, staying grounded with the hands inside the foot ahead of you, breathing into the hips and stomach. Take 1 more big breath. Right forearm finds the right thigh as the left arm starts to sweep actively to the front of the room and all the way back behind you, opening up this left shoulder joint. In, using that full rotation of the joint, all the way around, big 360-degree circles. Eventually, the palm opens to face the side of the room. You can keep the arm extended behind you, or you might be able to pull this left foot in, really bringing in a stretch into your quadricep now as you bend that left elbow. And there's that 90-degree angle again at the left elbow as it sort of rotates back behind you. Continuing to breathe up the front seam of your body, up the front seam of the left leg, and release. Step back to downward facing dog and we'll work that same stretch along the second side. So taking a few more big breaths in your down dog, then grounding the knees, stepping the left foot forward. Hands are beginning inside the left foot. You're in your lizard low lunge. Back knee can stay on the mat or it can elevate off it where you can pivot on the toes for a few breaths. Back and forth, breathing into the hip flexors, breathing into the muscles at the front seam of both thighs. Guiding your awareness down into the hips and legs. Front knee stays over ankle joint. Then as you're ready, you can ground the back knee to the mat, sweeping the right hand high and all the way around and behind as the left forearm finds the left thigh. Big circles, 360 degrees, all the way to the front and all the way behind, taking this movement slow with a breath. Eventually, the palm opens out to face this right side. You can stay here in this position, or if your body allows, begin to bend the back knee, catch the tippy toes of the foot, and rotate that forearm around so you get this 90-degree angle around the elbow joint. The more that you press the foot in towards your bottom, the deeper this quadricep stretch along the front seam of your thigh becomes. Breathing up through the stomach, up towards the chest and lungs, taking 2 more big breaths in and out. 1 more in, gently release, and step back to downward facing dog. Sit bones lift high. Right foot steps forward, bending into the right knee, rotating the left leg long, Skandasana, surfer's lunge. You can use your hands to maneuver this position side to side, bending into the left knee, right leg extends, toes lift up off the mat, alternating. Right knee bends, left leg extends, toes off the mat. Maneuvering with just the movement of your hips, you can add these fun arm movements as you work side to side. Feeling that single-legged squat with a leg extension, taking it slow, taking it easy, either using your hips alone or you can keep the hands on the mat as you carefully maneuver side to side, taking this slow and easy with the rhythm of your own breath, breathing down into the hips, breathing down into the hamstrings and ankle joints. trusting yourself and the body's subtle cues that it provides as you move through this one. Then we meet in the middle in our big forward wide-legged fold. So the hands can be stacked underneath the line of the shoulders, or you could catch a bind behind you, hands bind together, or you could rather just catch the big toes with both hands. Hinging from the hips as the upper body softens forward. Relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw, perhaps even bending the knees a little or a lot as you fold into this shape. Taking 3 more deep breaths. Last deep breath in. A long breath out. Walk the hands ahead of you. We're grounding for frog pose. So this one's a wide-legged hip opener. So I'm just making sure there's enough space for me within this camera so you can see what I'm doing. The knees flare out, the toes turn out wide. So there's an external rotation at the hip and feet. And you are hinging your torso back towards the hip line as you start to breathe into the groin. So toes turned out away from you, knees nice and wide, body hinges back towards the hips. And just take yourself as far back as feels comfortable. If this stretch feels too big for you, no worries, just perhaps take a child's pose instead. So listen to your body, listen to those cues, only taking yourself as far as you feel comfortable to go. We'll stay here for a few more deep breaths in our frog stretch. Starting to press up to the support of your hands slowly. Walk the knees in, taking your time with that exit. And then sending the legs wide into a wide-legged fold. In Yin Yoga, this one is titled Dragonfly. The arms can extend up above, so you're lengthening through the torso. And then just hinge from the hips, letting the palms either catch the big toes, maybe the hands just fall out somewhere ahead of you, or you can lower the forearms below you as you focus on leading from the hip line and heart space. So your heart is guiding you forward. You're avoiding hunching the head and shoulders and finding this hinge from back below around the hips and lower back. Relaxing the shoulders, the face, the jaw, the upper body as you feel this quite strong hamstring stretch now. Breathing into both sides of the legs at once. Relaxing your face, relaxing the muscles around your jawline. You might even release your arms and find a deeper stretch after a few big breaths in and long breaths out. Finding a side stretch, so easing slowly out, right forearm finds the right thigh, left arm sweeps all the way over and beyond. As you now consciously draw your heart space forward and breathe into the left side, then hook the left elbow just inside the left thigh, right arm sweeps all the way over. You're breathing into the right lung now, finding this opening through the side seam. The chest still pulls forward, so there's still an openness through the heart space, through the side body. And then you might hinge forward for another fold once again, finding yourself naturally just folding a little further this round. Deep breath in for 2. Long breath out. One more big breath in. Long breath out. Of breath and starting to begin to walk back up to an upright position, bringing the feet into butterfly position. So the knees create these butterfly wings as the feet come together, and the elbows ground to the inside seam of the thighs as you fold forward from, once again, the hip line. Upper body, neck, soft, gently relaxing and folding into this stretch. Coming back to those deeper, fluid, expansive, nourishing breaths. Breathing in this energy of gratitude for your body. Moving and choosing to stretch and nourish your body because you love it. You are your home. This body is your home. Treating this body as the temple that your soul resides in. And then we find a single-legged fold. So the right knee draws in, the left leg extends, and you're leading again from the hips as you fold forward. Choosing to anchor into the sensation of your breath. Loving yourself fully as you are for all of who you are in this moment. Loving your body for all that it is, all that it does for you. And then sweeping the right leg long, left leg folds in like a little butterfly wing. Arms sweep up high to lengthen through the spine as you hinge forward for that second side. Relaxing, leading from the hips. Maybe you catch the toes or feet, maybe you don't. And if you don't, just allow your hands to sit to the sides. Not forcing the stretch, just going with wherever your body is at within this stretch today. And staying with that fuller, deeper breath, it will actually help as you deepen your breath, the muscles to relax even more, and you'll find these greater gains in your flexibility practice as you stay with those longer, deeper, and powerful breaths. When you're ready, you can rise out of that folded position and we'll take a twist. So the left knee bends and right leg can either stay extended ahead or you can actually bend it underneath. Then we begin to sweep your right arm up above, anchoring the left arm around you, gaze over your left shoulder as the right elbow hooks to this left knee. Breathe in, lift through the top of the head like you're creating even more postural alignment and space. Then exhale, use that hook of the elbow, gaze over the left shoulder and twist deeper. Breathe in, lift through the top of the head. Exhale, twisting deeper into this shape. We'll do 2 more big breaths in and out, releasing the shape. This time, left knee is below, right knee is on top. Left arm sweeps up to the sky as right arm hooks around. Take the left elbow to the right knee as you wrap the right arm around. Gaze over your right shoulder. Breathe in, lift through the top of the head. And exhale, twisting deeper into the shape. Breathe in, lift, top of the head. Lifts up, finding the spinal alignment. Exhale, twisting. And we come out of that shape now. Finding a double leg fold, so both legs extend together, the arms reach up, hinging from the hip. Perhaps you catch the toes, maybe you just let the hands fall out wide to the side as you concentrate on leading from the hips and heart space, so the shoulders are still relaxed, there's no hunching through the neck and upper body. You're just noticing this stretch along the hamstrings, back of the legs predominantly. Doesn't matter so much if you're touching the toes or not. Just focusing on that stretch you can create as you lead openly from your hips, leading your body from this heart space over the head. Choosing to be guided by your heart rather than the head. And we rise out of the shape. Then we'll flip over onto our backs, bringing the right knee in towards your chest with both hands. Give it a big squeeze and cuddle. Release the right arm wide in line with the shoulder and draw the right knee over towards the left side, gazing, turning your neck to face the right extended arm, finding this gentle twist. So I'm just moving because I thought I was outside of the camera's view, but staying in that shape for a few more big breaths. Noticing this sensation of being wrung out like a sponge as you breathe up towards your chest and lungs, expanding and emptying with the exhales, finding that release, acknowledging anything at all that you're ready to release or let go of with the breath out. Breathing more and more gratitude or this nourishing, loving color or light you've been working with today. Breathing in all of the reflections of that which you're grateful for today. breathing in love into your body, deep into your tissues, into every atom, into every cell. Releasing the right knee, bring it back for a big squeeze and hug. Left side draws in towards you, so the left knee bends. Begin to sweep the left palm out wide in line with the shoulder as the left knee rolls over to the right, turning your neck to face this extended left arm. Big breath in. And long breaths out. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Aiming to breathe fully and expansively all the way up towards your chest, your lungs, your heart space filling up. And taking long grounding breaths out. When you're ready, you can draw the left knee back to center, give it a big squeeze, and allow both legs to relax long. Taking just this last opportunity to witness the space you've created, to come back to the energy of your heart, to gratitude, to ground in this place we call Shavasana Relaxation, where all of the energy of these stretches is absorbed into the body. Let go, finding wholeness, finding acceptance, finding love and completeness for yourself just as you are. Breathing 3 deep breaths really deeply now, all the way up to your chest, and emptying. Deep breath in, filling all the way up, and emptying. One more big breath in. And if you'd like to stay here longer, you're welcome to. Otherwise, just roll over to one side, finding your way up to a seated position, drawing your hands through to your heart space. In gratitude, we bow. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for practicing. If you have any questions or feedback, let me know.